Right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to talk about Ariel Herwani and the Chael Sonnen beef. So I've had a wee while to think about this here, and I made a reaction video as soon as it happens. You know, I like watching Ariel stuff. I think he brings good information, and I like watching Chael stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. Both channels are amazing. I like all the MMA stuff from Jesse on Fire to MMA Guru. All of them, they're really, really good. They all bring their own unique sort of styles to each, to every topic, to the same topic. You can watch the same topic being talked about with all these guys, and they all have something different to say. So what I will say is, initially I thought Chael was sort of a little bit butthurt, but looking back now and actually forming my opinion fully and seeing what actually happened, it's clear to see that Ariel brought Chael on to basically have the bragging rights. Look, we won, right? And I actually rewatched that, and I said to myself, if I had a friend that had a big show and I went on his show for him to mock me, I would probably feel the same way as Chael. I would be like, why is he doing this to me right now? For clicks, views, and subscriptions? Okay, I get that. But I'm your friend. Why would you do that? And then I actually looked into what they were talking about. Why were these two people arguing? Well, they actually didn't disagree with each other. I was watching the channel Jesse on Fire, and then I went back and I rewatched the clip myself, and I said to myself, wow, he's actually correct in this here. They're not actually disagreeing with each other. They're just coming from two separate standpoints. Chael more the business model and Ariel more emotional. Even though Ariel said at the end that he knows more about boxing than Chael does, it doesn't make a difference. Bragging rights. My wiener's bigger than your wiener. It's pathetic, right? So I was thinking about this, and then there was a moment in the whole argument where Ariel turns around to Chael and says, you had a fight with Francis or something. He brought up a situation that the populace of the MMA community did not know. And I was like, wow, that's strange. I never knew that happened. And then I was watching Jesse on Fire, and then he commented on it. And I was looking into it because I didn't really want to speak about it unless it did happen and I didn't know about it. And it was like I was the guy left in the dark about all of this. But nobody knew about this. So we've got a situation right now, right, where I do believe Ariel needs to apologize. He needs to apologize ASAP to Chael. And this is what he needs to apologize for. He needs to say, Chael, I apologize for getting you on my show and mocking you and releasing information that nobody knew about. Yes, I'm not going to apologize for having my standpoint on the fight, but I'm going to apologize for mocking you. I shouldn't have done that because you are my friend. And, I'm a fan of Ariel. I'm not going to stop being a fan of Ariel, but this is just my personal opinion on it now, after seeing both sides. But at the time, it looked like Chael was just getting a wee bit he was overreacting. He was trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. But in reality, what was really going on was from the get-go, Ariel asked his friend, rang up his friend and says, come on to my show, knowing his standpoint prior, knowing the personal information that wasn't released to the public, to which then he released, and actually winding his mate up, because you can actually see during the interview that Chael was like, he wanted to move on in so many situations, but Ariel didn't actually give him the opportunity to move on, and they didn't really stick to the points. They could have said, well, look, Ariel could have said, well, look, I think this is a cracking opportunity for Francis Ngannou to get momentum now and get into boxing and make money in the UFC. And then for Chael, but I can understand where you're coming from, Chael, because you're saying that this basically was it was dead, that nobody bought the fight, and and whatever, right? So I agree with you on that, but I can't agree with you on that because we haven't seen the pay-per-view points. But if it does come out, then of course 100% that you're right. But this is a good moment for Francis Ngannou. And I don't think I heard Chael actually disagree with Ariel on that. I heard him back his own corner because Ariel was trying to gloat in his face that ha ha ha, you got it wrong. He was like, eat this crow, Chael, eat the crow, eat the crow. It's like, yeah, you're asking your friend to eat shit online in front of thousands. I think there was 6,000 people watching live. That's not a good thing, Ariel. And you need to apologize how you treated your friend on a live stream. Don't apologize for your standing in the fight, how you felt about the fight and the business. I agree. You should never apologize about that because you have your points, but you should apologize for putting your friend in a position where he had to argue with you because you didn't have the emotional maturity to just come on and have a conversation. You released information to the world that Chael didn't want out. And as a friend, you broke that code. So yeah, Ariel Herwani needs to apologize to Chael Sonnen ASAP and apologize for that. Not apologize for his standpoint in the fight, but apologize for how he treated him on the interview, because it was terrible. Looking back at it, it was really, really bad. Now, is that to say that Chael didn't have a bit of a hissy fit or a tantrum? I know he did. I get that. I know he did. But the reality of it is everybody's different. And as a friend, you don't want to feel betrayed. As it stands, Ariel Herwani betrayed his friend live on air. And yeah, he needs to apologize to him ASAP.